What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Movie Raised. Viewers were shocked once they discovered that their favorite character was no longer in Bridgerton. But now that rumors of the show killing off the fan favorite Duke of Hastings emerged on the internet, fans got pretty furious. With no further ado, here is why we need Regé-Jean Page in future episodes of the series. Warning, huge spoilers ahead. The departure. Page's departure was announced prior to the release of the second season. For those of you wondering why he decided to leave the show that practically launched his career, he claims his involvement was always supposed to be a one-season arc. He also shared that his experience with Bridgerton was the ride of a lifetime, but there are some rumors suggesting that he didn't leave Bridgerton as peacefully as he claims. In fact, there are plenty of rumors saying that he left because he wasn't offered the same screen time compared to season 1. We need to remember that this is not confirmed yet, and the actor is yet to address these rumors. Let's get into more details, shall we? Where is Simon? Although we didn't see the character, the Duke and his love for Daphne are still in Bridgerton. Let's talk about that one-season arc. If the producers wanted him for one season only, it doesn't make sense that his wife and child are included in the continuation, but he is not. One thing that bothered fans the most was the fact that he didn't even appear during some pretty important events, such as the wedding of Anthony, his best friend, and the older brother of his wife. He's mentioned several times in the second installment, with his wife being pretty occupied with her family and Anthony's quest for love. Daphne even tells her sister something like this: "Do you realize I left my husband and child at home for this?" But the Duke's absence was, according to some fans and critics, a good thing. Critic Nicole Vassell told The Independent that the show's second season was actually better without the Duke of Hastings. Without the Duke and Daphne's relationship as a focus, Bridgerton is not the same. In fact, it's better. In Bridgerton's first season, the reason for Daphne and Simon's initial reluctance to be together were flimsy at best. The attraction was there, but their union was stilted by their own stubbornness. With Anthony and Kate, not only is there the matter of their strong personalities standing in the way, but there's an additional layer of betrayal should they ever act on how they feel. While one group of fans agree with this, others believe Simon should come back in season 3. Here's why. The most popular character. The period drama is based on the Julia Quinn novel series, with the first season focused on Daphne and the Duke. Every book follows a different Bridgerton child, but the show has differed from the books so far without staying loyal to the source material. Keep watching to discover what this means for the beloved couple of season 1. From the moment viewers saw Simon, they knew he was going to become a fan favorite character. The thing is, no one expected his presence to influence the show so much. Page's performance was enough for us to get invested in his character's story. After becoming the Duke of Hastings, following his father's passing, Simon doesn't want to hear anything about marriage and kids. This is until he meets Daphne Bridgerton, the sister of his good friend Anthony. They fall in love, get married, and by the end of season 1, Daphne gives birth to their child. Considering the fact that Bridgerton became popular because of Daphne and Simon, viewers want Daphne's husband back. After all, he's part of the reason the show got renewed for another season. Simon needs to be there with Daphne. The most obvious reason the show needs Simon back is so that he will be there with and for his wife. The way Bridgerton included the character was silly. After watching him and Daphne go through all those struggles before they ended up together near the end of the first installment, it doesn't make sense for him to disappear all of the sudden. At the end of season 1, Daphne and Simon have a baby boy. If Daphne appears in future episodes, and she will, since she's a Bridgerton child, she won't be able to come up with silly excuses for where her husband is. It just wouldn't make sense. This is why most fans are convinced season 3 will kill off the Duke. If this happens, the show will make the biggest change from the Bridgerton novels. Honestly, we would love it if the show stays loyal to the source material rather than creating its own original story. What do you guys think? Should the creators kill off the Duke of Hastings? Another bigger issue, followed by Simon's absence, was the fact that Anthony had no one to confide in. It would have been fun to see Anthony and Simon interact as friends, with Simon giving him advice on his love triangle situation. Some fans agree that we should all make peace with Paige not returning in the next installment. But then again, if Daphne returns, it would be really awkward to see her alone again. As already mentioned, the show differs a lot from the book, and the creators already changed Daphne and Simon's story, with Daphne giving birth to a baby boy at the end of the first installment, which is not the case in the novel, as their first baby is a baby girl.
You may think you are too damaged and too broken to ever allow yourself to be happy, but you can choose differently, Simon.
5 children. Yes, in the novels, the couple has 5 children. In the show, their first baby is a boy. Here is why this will completely change the course of their story. You already know that the show is based on Julia Quinn's popular novels, and Simon and Daphne's story is told in The Duke and I, the first book in the series. Fans who have read the book know that the Duke and Daphne have 5 children: Amelia, Belinda, Caroline, David, and Edward. At first, you might think this is not a huge deal, but it is. First, since the series already changed the couple's stories, we don't know whether Daphne will have more children. In the books, the couple has 2 sons, but their first 3 children are girls. Since Bridgerton is set in the 1800s, giving birth to a baby boy is a huge deal, as the new heir is born. In the couple's case, this means that the new Duke of Hastings is already born. If you're also a fan of Downton Abbey, you already know how rare it is for a girl to inherit titles or property. Also, when Simon was born, his fathers only care if the baby is a boy. Clearly, the Netflix series' intention was to give a conclusion to Daphne and Simon's story in order for season 2 to have a complete focus on Anthony and Kate. There are a lot of fans of the books that claim the Duke's absence is not a big deal because the next books are not about him and his wife. We already know that each season will be 1 book, with each book following the story of one of the 8 Bridgerton children. We know that each book will have a different central couple. What we're trying to say is that the creators should have included Simon in at least a scene or 2, just because his absence was a bit awkward. And honestly, we have nothing against a different couple every season, since the story of Anthony and Kate was even better than the one of Daphne and the Duke, at least according to us. Do you agree? Although nothing is confirmed, the 3rd season is likely to focus on Benedict and the 4th on Colin. If the show keeps this standard of popularity, we can look forward to a decade of entertainment with Bridgerton. If Paige decided not to come back because of his personal reasons, we respect his decision and wish him all the best in his career. If the creators decided not to include him, maybe sign him up for some cameo appearance in later seasons? On a related note, what do you guys think of how the show covered his absence in season 2? Do you wish for him to come back in future episodes? And, of course, do you want the show to stay loyal to the source material? Let us know down in the comment section below. If you enjoyed our video, make sure you subscribe to our channel so you'll never miss any of our videos in the future. As always, thanks for watching!